morning students. Now in this lecture we are going to do the another half chapter of the geography, that is the major domains of the earth. Domains here means areas. Now we are going to cover up the next domain, that is the hydrosphere. As you already know that more than 71% of the earth it is covered with water and 29% with the land. So that's why due to the more percentage of water on the earth's surface, earth is called the blue planet. Now from the 71% of water means 97% is in the oceans. So we can't use that water for drinking or for any other human purposes. Why? Because that is salty. It contains the salt. And only 3% water is the fresh water. From the 3% also, only you can see 0.03 fresh water we are using, that is the underground water in the forms of the rivers or the lakes. Means from this 3%, large proportion of the water is in the form of the ice caps and the glaciers. So very little amount of fresh water we are able to use. Now the major part of the hydrosphere is the oceans. Oceans, they cover up the main part of the hydrosphere. Now there are the three chief movements of the ocean. First one is the waves, second one is the tides, and third one is the ocean currents. Now let us cover the major oceans. There are the five major oceans. First one is, according to size we are going now, first one is the Pacific Ocean. Okay, Pacific Ocean, it is the largest ocean from among five major oceans. So it is the largest. It will again cover the means 1/3 of the earth part. Now the deepest point of the earth, that is the Mariana Trench. We have read previously also that its height is 11,022 meter. So it is found in the Pacific Ocean. This is almost circular in the shape. It touches with the Asia, Australia, North and South America. So let us have a look on the Pacific Ocean. See, this is the map. Half part is here, Pacific Ocean, and half is here. This is also. So when we will see on the globe, you will see that this Pacific Ocean is almost circular in the shape. Now next ocean according to size is the Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean, it is the second largest ocean. Okay, so its shape is S shape. इसकी जो कोस्ट लाइन है वो इंडेंटेड है, मीन्स रेगुलर नहीं है, इरेगुलर है. सो इसकी कोस्ट लाइन इंडेंटेड होने की वजह से ये बहुत ही सूटेबल प्लेस है फॉर द लोकेशन ऑफ द पोर्ट्स एंड द हार्बर्स. ओके, सो इट इज़ ऑल्सो नोन एज द बिजिएस्ट ओशियन. So it is surrounded by the North and South America, okay, on the west, and Europe, Africa on the east. So let us have a look on the Atlantic Ocean. This is the Atlantic Ocean. See, it is the S-shaped ocean. On the west, it is surrounded by North and South America, and on the east by the Europe and the Africa. So next one ocean we are going to cover is the Indian Ocean. It is the only ocean which is named after the country. So its shape is triangular shape. It is north, it's surrounded by Asia, in the west by Africa, in the east it lies the Australia. So next one is the Southern Ocean. Southern Ocean will be in the south hemisphere. So it is encircles continent of Antarctica and extends 60 degrees south. Okay, now next one is the Arctic Ocean. Arctic Ocean, Arctic Circle is in the north hemisphere. So it is located within the Arctic Circle and it surrounds the North Pole. It is connected with the Pacific Ocean by the Bering Strait. I have already explained you in the previous lecture. So it is, again I am going to tell you, it is a narrow passage of water that is connecting the two large water bodies like the seas and the oceans. So now let us have the look on these three oceans where they are. See on your book, it's given the Indian Ocean, almost triangular in the shape. Okay, see now it's with the Asia is in the north, in the west is African continent, in the east is the Australia, and the Southern Ocean. See, this is the Southern Ocean. It encircles, means it is around the Antarctica, and it extends up to 60 degrees south. Okay, this is the Southern Ocean. Last one was the Arctic Ocean. See, this is the Arctic Ocean. It is surrounds the North Pole. So it is covered up, surrounded by the Europe, by the North America. So these continents, means Arctic Ocean touches the boundaries of these continents. Now, this was all about your hydrosphere. Next one is the atmosphere. What do you mean by Earth atmosphere? The Earth is surrounded by a layer of the gas. Okay, so the atmosphere extends up to the height of about 1600 kilometer. It is divided into the 5 layers from the Earth's surface. How it is divided? It is divided according to the composition and the temperature. First, there are the 5 layers: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. So these are the 5 layers of the atmosphere. Now, what we find in the atmosphere? Atmosphere is mainly composed of the nitrogen and the oxygen. Nitrogen is 78% and oxygen is 21%. As we already know which gas we need for breathing, that is oxygen. So it is the breath of the life. And nitrogen, what is the function of nitrogen? It helps in the growth of the living organisms, especially plants. Now carbon dioxide, what is the function? It absorbs the heat radiated by the earth and keep the planet warm. जो भी हीट अर्थ रेडिएट करती है, निकालती है, उसे ये एब्जॉर्ब कर लेता है. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड की वजह से ही जो हमारा अर्थ है वो वार्म रहता है. ओके, सो नाउ as we go up, density and temperature, they both goes on decreasing. Remember one thing, temperature and pressure, they are inversely proportional to each other. It means if this will increase, this will decrease. Okay, this is the meaning of inversely proportional. Now, air moves from the high pressure to the low pressure. Remember this thing, air always moves from the high pressure areas towards the low pressure areas. So, when the air moving air is known as the wind. So, what is the definition of the wind? Moving air is known as the wind. And from where to where air will blow? Air will move or blow from high pressure to the low pressure areas. This is all about your atmosphere. Now next one is the biosphere, which is the combination of above spheres: hydrosphere, lithosphere, atmosphere. So okay, so it is also known as the domain of the life, sphere of life, area of life. Now what is a biosphere? It is a narrow zone of contact between the land, water and एयर, जहाँ पर ये लैंड भी है, वाटर भी है और एयर भी है. नाउ एज वी नो ऑल लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म, दे इंक्लूडिंग द ह्यूमन, okay, they are linked to each other for the survival. We are dependent on plants, animals, so means all are interconnected, interlinked with the each other. So organism in the biosphere, they are mainly divided into two categories, that is the plant kingdom and the animal kingdom. Okay, so now three domains interact with each other. Obviously then they will also affect each other. How they are affecting? Now let us have a look. Cutting of trees. When the trees are cut, then what will happen? Deforestation will be there. Then जो slopes होती हैं soil की, upper layers of the soil they are removed. Okay, because उसकी जो binding है वो नहीं रहती है. Trees roots they bind the soil. Next one is a natural calamities like earthquakes. क्या करते हैं वो? It change the earth surface because what happened due to earthquake yes, उसमें क्या फॉल्ट्स आ जाते हैं ड्यू टू द shaking of the earth. So due to earthquake also tsunami also you have heard about this disaster tsunami. What happened? There was a submergence of the land. Okay, where in the parts of Andaman and Nicobar. So this is the effect of the natural calamities. Now next one is discharge of waste material. When we discharge the waste material into the rivers, lakes, then what happen? It will affect the other forms of life. It will also pollute the water. Okay, so next one is emission from industries. अब जो industries हैं they pollute the air. इसकी वजह से क्या होता है? इट लेड टू इंक्रीज इन अमाउंट ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड की क्वांटिटी है वो बढ़ जाएगी. फिर उसके साथ क्या होगा? आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू दैट इट हेल्प्स इन कीपिंग द अर्थ वार्म. सो टेम्परेचर विल नेचुरली इंक्रीज इफ देयर इज अ इंक्रीज इन द कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. सो इट विल लेड टू द ग्लोबल वार्मिंग. Understood? So this is all about the chapter. If anybody have any problem, you can ask me. Thank you so much.